punches when you could throw two punches that sound like one. You could throw a punch, you can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one punch. They all understand. Anybody that hears this understand all the fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw two punches that sound like one.
We back. That's some funny shit I want to talk about today.
Now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Fade. You guys are the chat, the star of the show. I'm only a co-host. So thank you for showing up to Fade King True Crime Reviews, where we try to bring them crazy cases live and direct to you. You know what I mean? Shout out, man. We got members in the chat already. JD, what's up? Lisa, what's up? Thank you guys for showing up today and coming to the stream. And most importantly, thank you guys for being members, man, and showing support to the channel, man. Really love that. PNW guy, man, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being first in the chat. So word to that. But bro, guys, I've been getting mad, like phishing. So remember, like last week we were talking about how a lot of big channels were getting their shit hacked, like their channels hacked, and YouTube was having to like get it back for them. So this week I got a weird ass email from Submagic, which is supposed to be like an AI program that creates subtitles in multiple language for your streams. But the thing is, it was not really them. It was a phishing attack. I'm glad I didn't click any of the links or put any passwords in. I was able through ChatGPT and my wife to decipher that it wasn't a real offer. But they basically, to sum up the story, the company is Submagic, like Magic, MAGIC. But when you look at their link that they sent me to fill out and sign the offer sheet for the brand deal, it said Sub MAGLC. So didn't trust it, bro. Passed on the offer. Like I said, bro, I'm not gonna spam you guys with unwanted ads. Fuck it. I'm not gonna sell you products I don't believe in. Put like my name behind greasy ass online casinos. This channel is 100% funded through the crowd, through the community. So I just want to thank you guys for making it possible for me to go live pretty much each and every single day for at least 3 hours to give you what we do most. We do got a goal today for super chats. We're trying to hit 10 super chats, roughly $50 total. If we are able to do that, Yeah, bro, it's crazy. But if we're able to reach our super chat goal today, we're gonna do a 6-hour stream on Sunday. So if you want to tune in for 6 hours, one of those old school streams we used to do all the time, definitely make sure you're supporting the channel any way possible. And if it's through Cash App and it's not registered or some other thing, you know what I mean, through gifts, whatever, we'll still count it towards the goal. But yeah, there's multiple ways to support the channel. Make sure you guys sign up for memberships. If we have anyone new members sign up today, I'm going to donate 5 memberships to the community out of my pocket. So shout that out. Let's get into the show. Our first case today comes from EWU Crime Storytime, a case with the most insane twist you've ever heard. Documentary style video from EWU Storytime. Let's check it out and let's get into our videos.
911, what is the address of?
Oh yeah, JD, I'm always gaming, man. Do you guys want to see some college football? I know for my college football fans, I've been playing college football 27 a lot, but I haven't streamed it. So let me know. I didn't stream any gaming this week though, but if you guys want to see some college football streams, the video game, let me know. I'll start posting that as well.
The emergency?
There's some pools of blood. I'm guessing it's just an animal, but in the water right by the river, there's a shoe.
Blood everywhere, all over the place.
Did you tell anybody she went for a swim?
Who?
That girl.
No. And if somebody said I said that, they're liars, man.
So wham, outside of the side of her face, and she got falls into the wall. You stupid! Call them and tell them to get the fuck over here. You get your ass over here and bring me some change of clothes.
I have a concern. That's why we want to talk to you. I don't know
Well, if
did or
you
one
guys
other
think
person
I did something, I'm telling you right now, I didn't.
In the early morning hours of March 11th, 2012, a chilling discovery is made near the Jordan River. As the investigation gets underway, police uncover a disturbing pattern of lies and deception. However, just as investigators approach a critical breakthrough in solving the case, their most promising lead quite literally disappears into thin air. As it turns out, a vanishing suspect isn't the only shocking reveal in this twisted crime, but also the great lengths some would go to in order to exact revenge, including framing someone for murder.
Are you about 12678 South?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm just below the golf course where the bridge.
Yo, Lisa with the gift, man. Appreciate the love. Thank you for that. Hey, definitely we on our way, Lisa. She trying to get us that 6-hour stream on Sunday. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for donating to the stream and helping sponsor today's episode.
There's a bridge for the pathway that you can cross to go up to the golf course. There's like 2 big piles of blood.
Hey, that river look dirty as fuck. That shit look crazy.
And there's splattered blood all over the bridge, and then right along the edge of the water, there's like a red kid shoe in there. It could have just floated in, but I figured I better call you guys.
As the police arrive at the scene and meticulously examine the pools of blood on the rocks, they immediately focus on conducting tests to determine whether it's human blood or an animal's.
Oh shit, no, that seemed like a human blood. That seemed like a kid because of the shoe being around there. Alley Cat, thank you for the dono, man. Appreciate you helping sponsor the stream.
Dread consumes the investigators as their worst fears materialize before their eyes. The reports confirm the chilling presence of human blood. Despite their relentless pursuit, they're not able to locate anyone on the trail, leaving them puzzled by the unknown. Finally, after hours of an extensive search, they stumble upon a haunting sight on the other side of the river.
Bro, that looked like some shit the Ninja Turtles came out of. Like, what the fuck? What is this river for? But it looks like there's a body right here. It's blurred out, but it looks like there's a body right on the coast, on the shore, right next to the shore, still in the water. It looks submerged, maybe.
A lifeless body of a young girl drifting silently, a shocking testament to the unfolding tragedy.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Female, red shirt, blue jeans, caught up in the river. It's obvious.
The young girl's body had remained submerged in the water for hours. Her face is swollen, bearing signs of severe trauma with multiple fractures. A prominent injury on her forehead had left
Looks like she was beaten to death.
her face disfigured and unrecognizable. An autopsy would later confirm that the cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries to the child's head.
Maybe one of them rocks they found with the blood on it.
Notably, she wore a shoe that matched the one that was discovered by the jogger who'd placed the 911 call. In efforts to identify the victim, the police arranged for a press conference and share crucial information about the discovery.
Yo, $5 super chat. Shout out JD, roll motherfucking Tide. You know we coming for the national title this year. You know the Crimson Tide winning that. They fixed the O-line. We got some new quarterbacks. It's about to be good.
In the hopes that someone would step forward with valuable information to aid their investigation. A mile away, Veronica Kaspersak switches on the television to watch the news. As she listens to the announcement, her blood runs cold with a chilling realization. Could this be her daughter, Annie? 15-year-old Annie lives with her mother, Veronica Kaspersak, and stepfather, James Bratcher. On Saturday night, Veronica and James return home from their dinner date, and Annie excitedly greets them at the front door. Everything seems ordinary as Veronica heads to her room for a shower, while James hangs out in the kitchen. At 7:45, he notices Annie leaving the kitchen and heading towards her room. However, at 8:40, while on a phone call with her sister, Veronica realizes that she hasn't seen or spoken with Annie since they arrived home.
Yo, this seemed mad suspicious. This case already seemed mad suspicious. I feel like, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I think the mom might have something to do with this. I mean, we'll find out. Allegedly, we'll find out. Don't sue me.
She decides to check Annie's bedroom, only to find it empty. Alarmed, she calls out to her husband, who rushes upstairs with a note that he found in the other room. The note declared Annie's shocking revelation that she has left for California, confessing that she'd lied to her friends about being pregnant, which she had indicated with a P in the letter, and she said that she could no longer bear the weight of the lie. With their hearts racing, Veronica and James immediately called the authorities to report Annie as a runaway. Soon after, Veronica reached...
This fake. This is fake. Yo, that's a fake letter. What up, Deshaun? Welcome to the chat. Because if she was lying about being pregnant, it's super easy to say I had a miscarriage. Like if she was feeling about the pressure of lying to her friends like that, I don't think a teenager would go through that emotional structure that was on that paper. I think that paper was fake, but we'll find out.
Reaches out to Christopher Bagshaw, Annie's boyfriend.
Seems like somebody trying to frame bro. I think somebody's trying to frame this guy. That would be my guess so far from what we know. I think I'm right, but we'll find out.
Desperately seeking any information. While Christopher maintains that he was unaware of Annie's plans, he did know more than he was letting on. After a restless night with little sleep as Veronica switched on the news the next morning and witnessed the unfolding announcement, it dawned on her that Annie might not have made it to California after all. The uncertainty gripped her tightly, sending shivers down her spine.
Because wouldn't she have called the police? He didn't say nothing about them calling the police. That did look like female handwriting though, JD. I will give you that. But if your daughter left you a note, wouldn't you have called the fucking police? And then once you saw this news report, wouldn't you call the detective on the case about a runaway, saying like, hey, I think that might be my daughter, or can we verify that that's not my daughter? I don't know, bro. Because he didn't say nothing about the mom and the husband calling the police. He said the mom told the husband, and then the husband found a letter.
Veronica.
Yo, Johnny, what's poppin', man? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a member, Johnny, and thank you for showing up today.
Contacts the helpline and informs the police about her runaway daughter. She provides them with every piece of information as they carefully document each detail. Just when it seems like the conversation is about to end, the police ask a crucial question. Did Annie wear braces? The weight of this question hangs in the air, and Veronica sobs on the other end of the line as she whimpers, yes. When DNA match results arrive, the police are able to fully confirm the heartbreaking truth. The victim found on the trail is indeed 15-year-old Annie Kasperzak. With the police officially confirming Annie's untimely death, her decision to run away becomes a pivotal element for their ongoing investigation, as it could shed light on the circumstances surrounding her tragic fate. Recognizing the significance of understanding Annie's motivations, they pay a visit to her grieving family and
Bro is stepfather. He's not real father. He's stepfather. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of amazing step parents in this world. It takes a lot to be a fucking step parent, especially a good one. But a lot of times in these cases, we see these mixed families be going through the weirdest shit a lot of times. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of built up tension sometimes in these situations.
and uncover her harrowing past. As it turns out, Annie's early life was marred by the harsh reality of growing up in a reportedly unhealthy household. As a result, she endured a fragmented upbringing, moving between foster homes and child services centers. However, Veronica Kasperzak, an aspiring employee at Child Services, became Annie's dedicated case manager. Over time, a deep connection formed between them, leading Veronica and her then-husband Dennis Kasperzak to adopt Annie as their own. Despite the challenges that arose from Veronica and Dennis's subsequent divorce, Annie found solace in the love and care of her parents and their new partners. After noting the teenager's family history and background, the investigators meticulously gather various items connected to Annie, such as the note she left for her parents, computers, and mobile phones, and a tote brimming with papers, including her journals. While examining Annie's journals, the investigators uncovered something peculiar: her profound obsession with her boyfriend, Christopher Bagshaw. Curious to know more about Chris and Annie's relationship, investigators decide to chat with Annie's classmates. Upon being questioned about her boyfriend, they consistently mention Christopher Bagshaw's name and disclose a circulating rumor about Annie being pregnant with his child, the same pregnancy that Annie mentioned in her note. Annie's parents informed the authorities that they were aware of Annie's relationship with Chris and had taken measures by encouraging her to use a birth control pill. Moreover, the autopsy report also confirmed that Annie was not pregnant.
Yeah, so that's weird, bro. I'm not giving my teenage daughter birth control. Like, I'm not. That's pretty much giving them the green light to start being fast or doing adult things with their teenage boyfriend. Yeah, I'm not against birth control or contraceptives. I'm not saying that. But providing a teenager with that type of stuff, I think gives like the wrong view of things. You know what I mean? Like, it gives the child the wrong perception. Like, it's okay to be using their body in ways that they shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
But why was Annie spreading such rumors at school? Veronica Kasperzak shares with the investigators that she believed Annie's false story about her pregnancy reflected her desire to build a permanent family she could call her own, a thought that was reflected in some of her journal entries. It seems that Chris Bagshaw may be able to share more information, and since he was so close to her, they initiate their line of questioning with him, hoping that he can shed some light on what may have really led Annie to run away. After acquiring a search warrant, law enforcement officers visit his home. Since he's a minor, Chris's father, Darwin Leroy Bagshaw, attends the interrogation with him. In the state of Utah, if a child is subject to a custodial interrogation for an offense, the child may not be interrogated unless They've been advised of their constitutional rights and their right to have a parent, guardian, or friendly adult present during the interrogation. The child has waived their constitutional rights. The child's parent, guardian, or friendly adult was present during the child's waiver and has given permission for the child to be interrogated. Exceptions under the Safe Harbor Clause include a minor that has misrepresented themselves as being an adult aged 18 or older, an emancipated minor, or if the police have made reasonable efforts to contact an adult or guardian and are unable to reach them within an hour of the first attempt. If the child is in the custody of the Division of Child and Family Services and a guardian ad litem has been appointed for the child's guardian ad litem has given consent to an interview of the child. In this never-before-seen interrogation, Chris openly discusses his relationship with Annie and readily shares his whereabouts on the night she ran away. The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
Well, you think her boyfriend did her in? I don't know, bro. I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it. I think there's gonna be like a crazy plot twist in this case. I feel like they're setting us up to blame bro, and then something's gonna happen where we find out someone else did it. So let me hold my opinions right now.
Tell me the last time that you saw Annie.
Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
Do you remember what time?
I don't. I know that it was after school, and she had to go home around 6.
Okay. When's the last time you spoke with her?
The night of Saturday.
Do you remember what time that was?
Around 8.
How many times did you talk to her that night?
I talked to her twice, but she called me 4 times.
How long do you think your conversations were with her?
5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 6 minutes each, or?
Well, yeah.
What up, Elizabeth? Welcome to the chat.
Each.
What did you guys talk about?
She asked me to run away with her, and I tried to convince her not to, and I told her that was a stupid idea, and to think about her family.
Tell me about what kind of rumors were out there about you and Annie.
The rumors said that I got her pregnant, but I didn't.
When did you find out? Or when did she start telling you that?
That what?
That she was pregnant with your baby?
She didn't start telling me, she started telling everybody else. Around a month after she had sex with LJ.
Annie had written about LJ in some of her journal entries, though this is the first time LJ is mentioned in the questioning. He will play.
See, her boyfriend and her never even took it there. What up, Precious? Welcome in, welcome in. She got physical with another guy named LJ. So the boyfriend's like, I couldn't have got her pregnant because I don't think we did. They probably didn't do nothing from the way he's talking. It's always the side dude, you know. But they do got LJ's face blanked out. So that makes me think he's innocent as well.
Play a crucial role in the investigation.
When did she tell you that she was pregnant?
Around a month after.
About a month after? When do you think that was? About what month?
Well, she had sex with LJ in November.
Tell us more about how you know about her. LJ in November.
She told me that she didn't want her family to find out that she had LJ sneak into her house and have sex with her, because they knew LJ was 17. So she asked me if I can take blame for it, and I told her that I would agree to let her know and how it is me.
Chris appears really tense here, barely moving and gripping onto the arms of his chair. He's leaning back and away from the detective.
What up, Destin? Welcome to the chat.
While it could be that he's just distraught about the death of his girlfriend, he appears disengaged and has a quite flat affect. While everyone responds to death differently, and this could be shock, the detective is likely concerned about him appearing detached.
How many times did you have sex with Annie?
Once.
Okay, so they did do something together. After he found out LJ hit, he was like, yo, you my girlfriend. What about me? But I don't think his body language is that bad right now. I think he's scared. I think he's scared that he's about to go to jail for murder, possibly.
When was that?
The night that we hung out in Spencer's house.
And about what month or day?
It was Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
Wednesday or Thursday of last week?
Yes.
After answering all the questions, Christopher volunteers more information to the police about an incident at Spencer's home.
Also, like when Spencer started dozing off, she had got a bloody nose, and it dripped on the shoe, and then she ran into the bathroom, and then we went into her room.
It's certainly odd that Chris is so concerned about explaining a few drops of blood on his shoe, though he might be aware of how this could look and therefore wants to make sure the police know there is an innocent explanation for it. This story is reminiscent of a guilty person making a 911
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose faith in our boy. He might have did this shit.
call, not so they can get help, but so they can get their alibis set up.
Yeah, I want to understand that. Where were you at with your bloody nose?
Okay.
Don't draw it now. There.
This is the TV. This is the door. This is his bed. The alarm clock. There's all the lamps up here. This is the closet. And Spencer was here. He was kind of dozing off, leaning this way. I was right here. And Annie was right here. And we were sitting like this.
You and Annie were?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the side of his bed. Okay. You mentioned that her nose started bleeding. How'd that happen?
I don't know. We were sitting right here, and we looked over, and it was like red, and I said, "Do you have a little something right here?" She went like that, and leaned down, and gripped on my nose, and she said, "Oh crap," and ran to the bathroom.
So which side what foot would it have fallen on?
This one.
It would have fallen on your left foot?
Yes.
Okay, and would have just been one drop?
Yeah.
And then what bathroom did she go to?
When you go out the door, there's a wall, and then there's a bathroom right across from it, and there's a bedroom right here, and then there's the stairs.
And she got her bloody nose taken care of?
Yeah.
Did you notice that she bleed it going across the floor?
I'm not sure. She was holding her nose like this.
So it was enough blood to share hold it in?
No, she just grabbed it so that it wouldn't trip anymore.
After taking notes on the incident, they returned to the topic of Chris's last conversation with Annie in order to get additional details.
What else did you guys talk about besides running away on Saturday?
I just tried to convince her to think about it twice and think it over, and if there's something wrong with her family, then to think about everything good in her family. And I tried to convince her that it wasn't a good idea and that she shouldn't do it. Think about her friends as well.
Okay. And what did you do after 8 o'clock? Or where were you at?
He might got me fooled, bro, but his mannerisms, the way he's talking, his eye contact, it doesn't seem guilty. I don't think he's guilty. I could be wrong. I might be eating my words, but I know a lot of the chat, Precious and our boy Johnny, they think he did it. And that's okay. That's why we're here to talk about the case. But I'm still not sold he did it. The blood thing was mad suspicious, though. Red flag for sure.
When you were talking to her?
My dad had left to go to the bar, and I went to my grandma's at first.
Oh, what time did you think you...
Saturday night. I imagine I left probably about 6 or 7.
Not gonna lie, this dad's leather jacket, that shit's some drip. I fuck with this leather jacket, white tee combo. This could be like an Usher outfit or something. Chris Brown.
Where did you go to?
Lazy Dog Slim.
And so did you leave right when your dad left?
No, I stayed home and I played the video game for a little while.
For how long do you think?
An hour and a half.
Was anybody else there with you?
No, it was just me.
Anybody call you while you were there? Do you remember?
No. And then afterwards, I went to my grandma's house, which is only 3 doors down.
I called you that night.
Oh, you did?
Because I told you I was going to have company.
Yeah.
You go stay at my grandma's house.
What time
Did you ask him to stay with her?
I said I was finna have company. Bro was bringing a chick back from the bar. It was that swaggy ass jacket.
Yeah.
What time did you call him, you think?
Oh. Oh, man.
It was like 8 or 7. It
Yeah,
was like 7:45 to 8.
I'm not real positive on the exact time that I called him.
And so when he called you, did you go right over?
Good Nola. Welcome to the chat, Ma. Thank you for being a member and thank you for showing up today, guys. Remember, if you're new around here, we're trying to get to 12,000 subscribers. I think we're like 79 subs away. So every subscription matters. It helps the channel out a lot. So please hit that subscribe button and so we can get up to 12K. The dad seems mad suspicious though. Another red flag. One more red flag and I'm switching my stance to they're guilty. To the kid's guilty and the dad might be covering. But the red flag was him saying, remember, I called you. I called you. Like he was trying to help establish the alibi. But I'm telling you, I feel a weird twist coming. So I can't go all the way. We need one more red flag before I switch teams.
Your grandma's?
No, I stayed home for a little bit and I played the video game because that was like in the hour and a half.
We're talking about just last Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I left the house at 6 o'clock last Saturday. I left with a buddy named Kevin.
The police consider this line of questioning crucial as they try to determine if they can confirm Chris's location during the possible time of Annie's murder.
And so when he called you, you think 7:45, 8?
Yeah.
And then did you go right to your, and you said you stayed home for another hour probably past that?
Like, for another 15 minutes to get my...
Let me give you a quick update, Danola. You know, we always help out the members when they come in through the stream a little late. So on this case, they found a 15-year-old girl who left a letter to her family saying she ran away. They found her in the river with her face badly beaten. The cause of death was a blunt force trauma to the head. Her parents then contacted the police and were able to confirm that that was their missing daughter. Now, the daughter had red flags in the home. She came from social services. One of the social workers ended up adopting her. However, her adoptive parents got divorced and she now lives with her adoptive mother and a stepfather. She complained to her friends about troubles at home. We don't have details on those troubles yet, but it looks like they're trying to line this guy up for the murder, the kid, but I'm still not 100% sold he did it. My initial gut feeling told me that maybe someone from the family or the parents maybe know more than they're expressing, or maybe possibly could have been involved allegedly, but we don't know yet. So I'm just guessing. These are all just presumptions. I got 2 red flags up on this interview right now. If a third red flag pops up, I'm switching teams and I'm going to say, bro did it. But we'll see what's up.
Stuff ready. And I went to my grandma's.
Tell us about what happened to your grandma.
Well, I didn't stay in my grandma's for very long. I went there, put my stuff there, and I asked her if I can go and see if a friend hung out because I didn't really want to stay there. She's kind of funny, no offense. But I went to my friend's. I knocked on his door. He didn't answer, so I went straight back to my grandma. Got a movie, and me and my grandma watched movies.
Did you ever leave the house again?
No.
So you stayed there the whole night?
Yes.
And I got home at about 11:30, and I went by my mom's house, and he was crashed out on the chair, and I talked to her for a minute, and then I went home. So, and I told him that I was probably going to have company come over, which they ended up not coming over, so I just went ahead and went to bed.
Hey, that boy, hate love. Welcome to the chat. What up, Hate, man? Nice to see you. Thank you for being a member. 8 months strong. Guys, join our membership program. Whoever gets a membership, I'm donating 5 memberships to the community. So if you buy a membership, you are sponsoring yourself and 5 other people today. And remember, our memberships start at $2.99 for cheaper than a cheeseburger. You can support your favorite YouTube channel, man. So appreciate the love. Hey, thank you for the dono. You know I love my Sundays. I love my Sundays on Friday, man. So shout out my boy Hey Love. Thank you for helping sponsor today's stream. Guys, let's get it up. We are basically 2 super chats in between the gifts and the super chats. 8 more super chats, and we unlock a 6-hour stream this Sunday. So let's go ahead and do that.
And then he was home by 9 the next morning.
Sure. Did you talk to anybody on the phone after you got back to your grandma's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How far would you say your friend's house is from yours to?
It's around a 25-minute walk there and back.
So like a mile or 2 miles or 15 miles or what?
Yeah, just like a mile or, yeah, somewhere around a mile.
Sorry, you were saying about 25 minutes one way and 25 minutes back?
Yeah.
Despite the corroboration of Chris's whereabouts on the night of the incident by his father, Darwin Leroy Bagshaw, and his grandmother, Wilma Fern Bakla, the police focus their attention on 2 crucial details provided by Chris that demand verification. The first concerns Annie's nosebleed, which supposedly occurred at Spencer's house, resulting in her blood inadvertently staining Chris's shoe. The second piece of information relates to Annie's alleged relationship with another boyfriend named LJ. The police take the necessary steps to acquire a search warrant for the home of Spencer Criddle to uncover the truth. As a close friend of Chris and Annie, Spencer can give some insight into both of these questions. He soon becomes a person of interest in the investigation and is subsequently brought in for questioning. The investigators waste
Hey, the gift train is rolling. Thank you, Hey Love. Appreciate you for the sponsorship, man. Thank you for helping sponsor today's stream.
no time and immediately inquire about the night Annie left.
On that day, Saturday, you had talked about Annie coming here. Annie calling you, and you weren't here. Tell me about that. What were you doing that day?
I went to the gym with my little brother.
Okay. With your little brother?
My older brother.
And how long were you guys at the gym?
My older brother.
Doing you.
Night Annie left.
On that day, Saturday, you had talked about Annie coming here. Annie calling you, and you weren't here. Tell me about that. What were you doing that day?
I went to the gym with my little brother.
Okay. With your little brother?
My older brother.
And how long were you guys at the gym?
For 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
He's like, "Are you fine with going there for 2 hours?" I was like, "Chance, are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "We're not Marines."
Okay. And then, so then what time did you get back to the house?
Around 8:30.
Okay. And then is that when you checked your messages?
Yeah, I went upstairs and...
The fuck? Is this a camera in his bedroom? If this is like his home security camera or something in his bedroom, they should be able to verify that story.
About like 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, and there's like text messages and calling messages and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No text messages from Annie, just like 2 missed calls, I think, from Annie, and 1 voice message.
Okay. And then, do you have your cell phone? Is that the way I got the messages?
Yeah.
Do you have it with you here?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we take a look at it?
The thing is, though, unknown number tried calling me. There's the call logs. Unknown number. Let's try finding some way to get that voice message back or anything.
An attorney will almost always advise you not to willingly hand over your phone or other devices unless the police have a warrant.
After the gym on Saturday night, then what did you do?
Came home, my dad was like, "You guys hungry?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Want me to make you a pot pie?" I was like, "All right, I guess." After I had pot pie, well, that's actually before, when my dad was making, I checked my messages. After Chance literally drained out my energy at the thing, I like fell asleep for a second on his bed. My dad's like, "Get up for the dinner." And after that, went up and got on the PS3 and just started watching Netflix and playing games. I kept the phone right there, just waiting for Annie's to be called. I'm just like, "Come on."
Okay.
But the next day, nothing.
All right.
Cooperation with the police yields significant revelation.
Okay, third red flag. I'm switching teams. I'm switching teams. I think Christopher might have did this shit. Cause he said they were chilling with Spencer. Spencer saying they never came over to his house. He thought they was gonna come over, but they didn't come over, basically. So I'm switching teams.
He substantiates Chris's statement by confirming that Annie did bleed from her nose when they were at his place, and shares some intriguing information.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. I might have to retract. Hold up. I might have to retract because, hold up. Maybe they did go over there. Hold up.
The next day, nothing. All right.
Cooperation with the police yields significant revelations. He substantiates Chris's statement by confirming that Annie did bleed from her nose when they were at his place, and shares some intriguing information about LJ.
So they did go over to his house. I just cut the video, or he didn't let them, they didn't show us that part where he said that. But that corroborates. All right, bro, I'm back. I'm still Team Christopher. I don't think he did it. I have to retract that third red flag. I have to retract it. I'm still thinking bro's innocent. I'm still thinking bro's innocent right now.
There was some confusion about whether you actually physically talked on the phone or had a chat with LJ. Did you ever?
Have a chat with LJ?
Yeah.
He just messaged me on his email.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. And so it was over email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow he hacked into Annie's.
Okay. So it was Annie's email.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it was from LJ.
Yes.
So how did you know it was LJ?
Because Annie the next day, well, he told me.
Okay.
But Annie
He
next
said, this is LJ or something?
Yeah. And I was like, LJ, why are you on, Annie? He's like, oh, I hacked into it. I was like, oh, well, that's perfect.
But you never had a physical, like a conversation with them though then?
No.
Okay. That was how long ago?
It was back in I think either late November or early December. It was one of those. I can't remember.
Is it out of the ordinary for you to get unknown calls? So you get them all the time?
Oh, well, sorry. I thought you said, do you usually get unknown calls? No, I don't.
So that's uncommon then.
Yeah, that's uncommon.
That boy Hey Love doing his work, man. That's gonna take yeah, man. Shout out, thank you for the clap and seal. Appreciate the love, man. Thank you for helping sponsor today's stream.
Unless it's one of my friends that are playing a prank on me, but they haven't done that in a long time, so I don't know who that could have been. Because I can't call back. It'll be like no number. I'm like,
do you know, does your dad ever check does he have an account on T-Mobile online for phone bills and check like that, phone records?
Yeah, he actually tried searching up my phone record and he couldn't. I think he couldn't, I think he found it, the call. I asked him, is there any way we can get the voice message, please? And he's like, no, it's not.
Well, the text email where he talked to LJ, whatever happened to that?
Well, since that was months ago, my phone just built up in the memory and it goes berserk. I can't, start taking pictures or anything. It says memory, so I had to clear it out. I always do that. Get too much call messages, it just clears out. So.
Apart from confirming LJ's involvement with Annie, Spencer informs the police that all of their circle of friends had tried to warn her to stay away from LJ, given his threats, as they believed he was a member of some gang. Chris's...
Bro, they really pinning man, motherfuckers don't like LJ. They said he a gang member and shit, but I don't think he has nothing to do with this because the fact that his face is blurred out. Every other minor, they've shown their face, which usually indicates they might have something to do with the problem or were a main suspect at the very least. So I'm at 2.5 red flags. I'm this close to saying Johnny and Spencer were involved. Was his name Johnny? I forget. Bragshaw was his last name. Bragshaw, my bad. I don't think his name was Johnny. I don't mean to confuse y'all.
The statement highlighted a similar pattern.
All right, Chris. One of the things that was coming up and everything is that in talking with LJ, when you talked with LJ, did you actually physically talk to him on the phone, or was it through a message, or how did you talk to him?
I talked to him once.
Okay.
Actually on the phone.
Hey, yo, what up, JD, man? Thank you for the GGs, man. Appreciate you helping sponsor today's stream.
And what did he say in that conversation?
That we were straight, like we were cool, and he wasn't coming anymore for me, but he did say that he was coming for somebody else, and then he hung up.
Okay. And when you talked to him on the phone, did he speak with an accent?
Keep the gift train rolling, boys and girls. 6'7". Shout out my dog, Hey Love, man. Appreciate the love today, brother.
Or do you notice anything distinctive about his voice?
No. Just normal.
Okay, just a normal voice. And was there a phone number for that?
No, it was withdrawn or restricted.
It said restricted on it?
The pivotal information shared by both boys thrust the police investigation forward, firmly casting LJ as the prime suspect in Annie's gruesome murder. Unfortunately, neither Spencer, Chris, nor any of Annie's other friends had ever seen LJ, which limits their ability to provide a physical description. However, the investigators have deep connections and immediately mobilize their informant networks and
Oh man, third red flag. Okay, I'm back on Team Chris did it. I'm back on Cream on Team Chris did it. The boyfriend might be guilty because it seemed like they trying to frame LJ. The way they trying to destroy his character. That's the third red flag for me. They never even seen LJ before, supposedly, but yet they think he did this.
surveillance circuits to search for a 17-year-old individual with potential gang ties and relations with anyone at Annie's school. After a grueling week of relentless pursuits and exhaustive investigations, the investigators find themselves empty-handed. Just as the mounting pressure takes its toll on the team, one of the investigators receives a crucial phone call, providing them with their long-awaited breakthrough in the seemingly impossible search. The caller is Joanna Franklin, an individual frequently involved in alleged credit card thefts. She declares that she had actually witnessed Annie's murder and hopes to exchange the information for eliminating all charges against her illegal activities. The following never-before-seen footage of Joanna Franklin's interview reveals her shocking claims of a crime. She drops a bombshell at the very beginning by revealing that she knows the elusive LJ quite well. Moreover, she introduces a new suspect to the investigation's list.
She came inside with LJ. I went to go. I couldn't hit a van, so we went to go marble in my bed. And I came back out and we could hear him having.
Broken, welcome to the chat. Why you think I'm mad at you? I would never be mad at you.
Bathroom.
Who?
LJ.
That boy keeping it rolling. Hey Love putting us on his back. Hey Love and JD doing the biggest things, man. Thank you guys for helping sponsor today's stream. That's 3. We got 3 out of 10. I know it don't say it on the gold tracker, but we 3 out of 10. We 7 more super chats away to a 6-hour stream this Sunday. Let's unlock that.
LJ and a girl. And I go, are you serious? And he goes, what? And I go, that's 6-3. And he goes,
She drops a bombshell at the very beginning by revealing that she knows the elusive LJ quite well. Moreover, she introduces a new suspect to the investigation's list.
She came
Amelia, my bad, I didn't see you in the chat either. Welcome in, welcome in.
inside with LJ. I went to go. I couldn't hit a van, so we went to.
Shell at the very beginning by revealing that she knows the elusive LJ quite well. Moreover, she introduces a new suspect to the investigation's list.
Okay, John might be a minor too because they're blurring
Moreover,
his
she
face.
introduces.
But look at his hairline, bro. This is the hairline of someone in their mid-20s at least, bro. Like, I got a big forehead now, but when I was a teenager, bro, I had like a perfect hairline. I had like a for real forehead, like 4 fingers. When I was 17, 18, my shit wasn't pushed back like that, bro. And bro got a chin beard. What the fuck? I couldn't grow a beard till I was like 30, dog. Like,
A new suspect to the investigation's list.
She came inside with LJ. I went to go. I couldn't hit a van, so we went to go marble in my bed. And I came back out and we could hear him having in the bathroom.
Who?
LJ and a girl. And I go, are you serious? And he goes, what? And I go, that's statutory rape. And he goes, you're not doing it? And I'm like, I'm not okay with that. And I started like freaking out, and she came out and she's like, you can't do that. Like she was upset, and LJ, then they came out and they're like, sorry, and she was like, and I was like, you guys need to go. And that's when I said, hey, how about my turn? She goes, what? And she started laughing, and I grabbed her face and just threw her to the wall.
I would say 99% of the people that we've talked to said never do that over. And I'm sure you.
It wasn't over. She laughed at it in front of everybody. It wasn't over. Anyone wants to. She laughed in front of everybody.
So this grown woman saying those teenagers used to be in their house, and then the 17-year-old LJ and the 15-year-old victim came out of a room together after allegedly having relations, and then another guy asked, could he have his turn? She laughed it off, probably out of embarrassment, not trying to make fun of him. And then the guy with the big forehead, John, started slamming her face into the wall. Mind you, this lady said she asked them to leave after she found out the teenagers had relations.
Started laughing, and I started laughing. That's what it was. Every time I read in papers, she said, no, it's because she laughed at him.
I probably laughed too.
You ask anybody. I always did. You ask anybody if you do over that, and they'll tell you, oh, yeah. A whole bunch of them. And I go, yeah, right there. He's like, I need it. I go, for what? And he's like, I just need it. And he grabs it, goes up the door, I walk outside, and he just goes, wham, outside the side of her face. And she like falls into the wall. And I was like, so I went running on the side. And he's like, stay out of it. And she said, just stay out of it. And I'm like, you can't be okay with that. And she's like, let's just go in the bedroom. Like, she was shaking, I was shaking. And that was the night was
she hurt?
Yeah.
Was she bleeding?
Mm-hmm.
From where?
From her ears and her nose and her mouth. And then he kicked her when she was on the ground. And he had him like tie her up and put her in the back of the car.
Holy shit, bro. If you're bleeding from your ears, you got a major fucking concussion or a brain bleed, bro. You start bleeding from out your ears, you might die, bro. That's crazy.
And they wouldn't come in. Like,
why didn't this lady call the police? If this is true, why didn't she call the police until she got arrested for credit card crimes? I'm lost, bro. This case got me lost. Every person we've talked to have shown red flags.
What is that girl's name?
I'm on team lock them all up. Lock everybody up. Lock everybody up and then figure out what happened, bro. The parents gave this girl way too much freedom, especially knowing her background being a foster care kid. Y'all should have been way more on top of her, trying to give her structure and stuff and let her know she's safe, opposed to just run around and do whatever the fuck you want. The fact that they gave her birth control and shit was wild as fuck to me. Johnny and Chris seem mad suspect, and I'm starting to believe the allegations against LJ's character, and this lady seems like she's just trying to get a get out of jail free card. So I'm on team lock everybody up.
How'd you know her?
How did I know her?
How do you know that it's our victim? How do you know that it's this girl?
I saw the picture of her.
Where at?
On the news. It was a couple of days. Like, I was told that, like, two different stories. Like, oh, we took her home. We dropped her off. She's fine. And then, like, once they started getting high, then the story changed. And that's when we're like, what the fuck?
Joanna is incredibly animated. You can see her eyebrows moving a lot as she talks, which indicates
that's the methamphetamine, bro. That's methamphetamine. That's why she's so animated. This bitch need another hit of the drugs.
that she's seeking approval from the officers while also making very intense eye contact. As she talks, her speech sounds pressured, meaning she's talking without many pauses. This may be because she really wants to get her story out, but it's often associated with substance use and a variety of mental illnesses.
Gotta hype me up, hype me up, hype me up, I hype me up.
What I fucking tell you, this is a metheny right here.
It's also noteworthy that she says LJ and that girl. She doesn't say Annie's name, yet she's naming everyone else. When the officer starts asking questions, she seems to get a bit more anxious and is rubbing her head and ears. She also rubs her nose rather awkwardly. For all of her animation, her emotion doesn't seem to fit. She doesn't seem scared or worried.
And I go, what did you guys do? He goes, don't worry about it, Princess, it's fine. And so that's when I kind of like started.
She had to switch her emotional, like, what she was showing. She was like, what did you do? Like, if you're asking somebody, what did you do? And you think they murdered someone, why would you say it hella happy? Like she was smiling when she said that. And then she changes her body language to try to calm down. Like, this isn't what a normal person would do. What is it? So she's not a psychopath. She's a sociopath. She tries to mimic regular people's fucking emotions and how they would react to situations because she's aware that she's crazy.
And pay attention. She was kind of, they walked that way. And that's when he said, how about my turn? And she laughed and I was like, no. And he grabbed her and just flung her around into the wall. Like, you know that where I was sitting today? There was that thing behind me. That wasn't there before. And she went right into that wall. And blood went everywhere. All over the place.
Yo, what up, Snoop? Welcome to the chat.
I remember like thinking really hard. Because pictures of the boys got broken. I had to get new frames for them. And we kind of scooted back and the table kind of scuffed across the floor. And I was like, the scuff on there. And I remember being like, you know something happened. You know something happened. Because I was all worried about it because I was a mess. And we all kind of sat there for a minute while I finished being pissed. Like, and he kind of stood up and he goes, dude. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know. He goes, laugh at me, stupid bitch. And he kicked her. I'm like, I go, what are you doing? And he goes, you go start. And Ashley came in and he goes, what the fuck happened?
Uh-oh. Shout out that girl, Hate to Love. Guys, we are halfway there. We are halfway there between Hate Love, Paint, and JD, man. We are at 5 super chats. 5 qualifying super chats. So 5 more of those and we unlock the 6-hour stream this Sunday, guys. Thank you, Love to Paint, for helping sponsor today's stream. And thank you for being a moderator and a super chatter, man. That's important and the heartbeat to this community.
And he goes, your bitch laughed at me. He goes, she laughed at you? And he goes, yeah. He goes, why she laughed at you? And he goes,
yes, Snoop, you can definitely send your membership again and let me give you your membership welcome. Shout out Snoopy, man, one of our greatest members in the community. She sends her membership in through Cash App, which is very beneficial to the channel. So I appreciate you. And I'm also going to send out 5 free memberships to the community. Hopefully you get one sponsored by me. If not, you know you're always a member in this community, Snoop. But she don't put her payment information online, so we have a workaround, guys.
I don't know. She laughed at me. And like they just kind of stared to a minute. I was just kind of like, his head, I'm sorry. And I go, are you serious? And I stood up and he goes, sit down. I'm like, and he was really concerned, so I sat down for a second. And I go, I need to go check on her. And he goes, no, you need to go get me some towels and a tarp out of the storage shed and shut your mouth. So I go get that. So I went and got that stuff and I walked back in there. He was sitting there and he was just pale white. Totally white, not moving. And I was like, what's wrong? And she goes, I think she's dead. And I go, what? And I sat next to her and I kind of moved her and she went like that. I was like, she's okay. She's okay. And I kind of moved her chin a little bit and like her jaw slid, like the way it shouldn't slide. And I was like, so I just catch her up and...
Yo, Johnny! Thank you for the super chat, brother. Thank you for helping sponsor today's stream.
I'm trying to fight, whatever. And then I came out and he goes, what's the damage, doc? And I go, she needs to go to the hospital. And he goes, can't do that. And I go, to go to the hospital. And he goes, we can't do that. And I was like, what are you going to do? He's like, call. So he called. on his phone. He went in the other room, he was quiet, and he started like, shouting.
Hey, that was Snoop. When Snoop paid her membership this month through Cash App, I gifted 5 to the community. So everybody who got it, thanks Snoop for her sponsorships in the community. She does a lot for us, and she's always tuning in. $5 will do it. $5 will do it, Snoop.
He's like, you stupid. Call them and tell them to get the fuck over here. You get your fuck over here and bring me some change of clothes. And LJ just sat on the couch. He just sat there. Put like under the tarp. And they had him pull up.
Where was she at?
I was sorry, she was in the bathroom. We moved her from my by the table to the bathroom to change her clothes. I wasn't okay like getting her undressed and I don't know why. Like, you're still at home? I don't know where else would I be? He's like, okay, I need to help you get some things cleaned up. And I'm like, hey, I can't do this. And he goes, yes, you can. You'll be fine. He's like, I'll make it worth your while. I'm like, no, you won't. I said, I can't do this. Like, I'm not like this. And he goes, this is exactly what you're like. He's like, and you'll help me with what I need. I'm like, he's like, so go over to Walmart or wherever if you need to go. We'll be open. You can get some bleach.
I'm sorry. It's hard for me to follow this part of this interrogation tape because once she goes into her fiend mode, fast talking, I like my attention span is like, no, I can't fuck with it. Hey, hey, love, thank you for doing your thug thizzle, man. My boy got the gift train rolling. Guys, we are now at 6 super chats. So we are 4 super chats away, or a combination of super chats to add to $5 gifts, whatever. So 4 more away from our 6-hour stream on YouTube this Sunday. Don't worry about the gold tracker because it can only track super chats $5 and up, but I will combine, like if you donate $3 and somebody donates $2, that's going to connect for another super chat that the goal isn't counting on.
I'm like, I have bleach. He goes, you have enough of it? I go, yeah. And so I went back and got the bleach and I came out with it. I'm like, you know, do it. And he had me pour it all over the wall. And I scrubbed it and scrubbed it, scrubbed it, scrubbed it, scrubbed it. And then he had me do the baseboards and then we all over the floor. And they went in the bathroom. He's like, you throw stuff away. And I go, those are my kids' stuff. And he goes, it's got blood on it. And I go, yeah, okay. And so we kind of took it all together. And we ended up throwing it in the dumpster. And that was on Sunday morning.
You said you redressed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
You redressed her. Where'd that clothing come from?
Brought it. And so bring it.
And what all was there?
There was like a red or a black top and some pants and some shoes.
Joanna's description of the clothes was strikingly similar to what Annie was wearing the day the investigators had discovered her body. She further informs the investigating team that the person she claims was involved and LJ took the girl's body in a Suburban and went to the canyons. On their return, they declared that the girl went swimming and won't come back. With Joanna's interview, the investigating team finally find their first witness who can describe LJ's physical looks. She shares that he's shorter than her, he's Hispanic but looks white, and he's 19 years old. Her information proves to be a...
Damn, so he was lying about his age. He was 19, not 17. So the other dude was probably in his 20s too, John, the guy that they showed with the big forehead, but his face was blurred out. I think these faces are about to get unblurred, bro. I think LJ and John did this shit, and I think Fiend Lady's not lying. So I switched 3 different teams this time, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not loyal to none of these people. And like I said, lock all their asses up.
Comprehensive breakthrough, ticking all the necessary boxes and providing answers to the key inquiries the police had been tirelessly pursuing. With her eyewitness account of LJ's presence, they now had irrefutable confirmation of his involvement in Annie's murder. Moreover, the other man she was accusing and claimed to be involved, John, was a convicted felon, a self-admitted substance dealer, and a gang member. John's lengthy rap sheet further indicated his potential role in committing the dreadful crime. The investigators waste no time obtaining a search warrant for John's residence and promptly conduct a raid. As anticipated, his house exhibited clear signs of attempting to conceal a grievous offense. The walls were freshly painted, the carpet in the hallway was removed, and the entire place appeared to be undergoing remodeling. The absence of the carpet and red stains on the doors raised significant suspicion, indicating a potential cover-up. The visuals corroborated Joanna's statement. The police promptly arrest John to interrogate him. As Annie's family grapples with the confusing reality of her involvement with possible addicts and gangs, John goes through intensive questioning with the police.
We went and got your picture. How do you know her?
Brittany? Is her name Brittany?
No, it's Annie.
No, her name's
But you might know her as Brittany. Okay, tell me about Brittany.
Brittany. She's friends with Dude, did something happen to her?
Friends with who?
Dude, just tell me straight up, man.
I want to know what you have to say first.
And I'll think of everything you need to know, man, because she's hella cool, dude. That's Brittany. I'm pretty sure that's Brittany. She lives with Sal. Or
Sal?
she stays with Sal. She's Mercedes' friend.
Mercedes' friend?
Yeah. And, dude, did something happen to her?
She ever been to your house?
Yeah, she just came to my house the other day. Did something happen to her?
On a scale of 0 being not at all and 100% positive that you know her as Brittany, where are you at on that?
8, dude. Pretty sure that's Brittany.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm glad Broken got one of the gifted memberships as well from Snoop's donation. Appreciate the love again, Snoop. Broken watches a lot. And don't worry, guys, if times are hard on you, don't feel pressured. I don't ever want to pressure y'all. It's just something we have to do as a channel to make sure we can continue doing what you guys love most. You know, if you ain't got it this month, that's okay. Just get us when you got it, and it's all love, baby.
And, yeah.
Or are you saying 80 out of 100?
Well,
Either way.
Either way, it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure it's her.
10 being 100% positive, you're 8 out of 10 that it's her.
Dude, I swear to God,
Okay, hold on.
her phone number just texted me today.
I'll answer your questions
They
in a
called
minute.
me.
I'll answer your questions in a minute, but you got a text from her and a call from her today, or a
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, it's on
When's the
my
last time you saw her?
That day.
That Saturday?
No, just like the day before I left, she came by my house.
So when was that?
And she's been staying at Sal's house downtown.
Who's Sal?
This dude named Sal, and Sal, I don't know Sal's real name. I just call him Sal.
Her boyfriend's supposedly LJ.
I don't even know who.
LJ or JL. You may know her as Brett. Her real name's Annie.
Okay. Who?
You didn't see her the other day.
No, dude, I don't even know who Annie is.
Tell me about this girl being at your house last
I don't
Saturday.
even know. I think she's Britt, dude. I don't
Okay,
know. She
I don't-
was at my house last Saturday. There's no young girls at my house, man.
No?
No.
Ever.
As far as I know, if they're young, dude, I send them the out of there.
What if she looked older?
Well, that's just it, man. Did I do something? Am I supposedly did something to this person?
I have a concern. That's why we want to talk to you. I don't know
Well,
if you did or
if you
one
guys
other
think
person.
I think you right. Broken. I think LJ is Sal. I was confused when he started saying Sal, but that makes sense.
I did something to her. I'm telling you right now, I didn't. And if you feel like I have, then I need a lawyer then. Because obviously, what I'm saying to you, you're telling me that I'm not being honest with you, whatever.
Do you need a lawyer or not, or should I continue?
Continue, dude, but I'm just telling you, I don't know. I think that's Britt.
But if you say
She
you
was
think
at
you
my
need a
house
lawyer, I have
she was
to
at my
address that
house
now. I have
just
to
the other
respect
day.
your rights.
Yeah, I mean, but if you guys
Are
think
we
that I
okay
did
talking or not?
If you guys think I did something to her, then hell yeah, I want a lawyer.
Okay. So do you want a
Because
lawyer or
I did not do nothing to nobody.
What if I told you she's dead?
I didn't do it. What the?
Exactly. Are we here to talk, or do you want a lawyer? Because you said the word lawyer twice. I need to know.
Well, then talk, man, but don't act like I know who this girl is. I'm telling you, it's Britt, dude. It looks just like Britt.
Okay.
And if she's dead, what the?
You don't remember
It's not.
telling
It can't
anybody
be
that
her
she went for
though.
a swim?
It can't be her, dude, because she just was at my house.
No, she's been dead for a week.
Then she was never at my house. I had never seen this girl before then.
She's been dead for a week.
Did you tell anybody she went for a swim?
Who?
That girl.
No. And if somebody said I said that, they're liars, man. For real.
Let me ask you this. Did your wife get pissed here, it was probably just over a week ago, about some guy and girl having sex in your bed? Said it's,
No,
that you
no.
guys don't have a damn house?
No, hold on. Nobody had my bed, though.
Okay, but do you know about your wife getting pissed at you over one of your friends and some...
Well, wait, they're saying this dude is the fiend chick's husband? I told you bro wasn't 19. His fucking hairline didn't add up.
girl having sex in your bed?
She didn't get mad at me over that.
She didn't.
Okay, I might be all the way wrong, but I don't think he's lying.
Didn't?
No.
Really?
Ain't nobody had in my bed but me and my wife.
Despite John's adamant denial of having any involvement in Annie's murder or even any association with her.
But he has spent time in jail and is a gang member. So he might just know how to talk to police type shit.
His prior criminal record provided enough justification for the police to keep him in custody as they gathered further evidence to support his potential involvement in the case. Yet when the DNA match reports and phone records arrive, the case takes an appalling turn that no one imagined. None of the blood samples found on the doors and walls of John's house match Annie's DNA.
What I fucking tell you, bro? What I tell you?
Gotta hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up.
I'm back on the parents, bro. I'm back on the parents. I think the parents know more than what they did or might have been involved. I don't know. I'm back on that. I'm back on that. That's what team I'm on right now. I don't think none of the boys we saw in the interview, I don't think none of the boys we saw in the interview had involvement right now. Not Spencer, not Christopher, not LJ, not John. I don't think so right now. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. I could be wrong, but I got a feeling I'm going to hit that hype me up button again. What's wrong with gang members? Gang members are not good to society, bro. They for the most part, I think people who've stepped away from the gangs have life experiences that everyone can learn from and can be valuable to the community. But active gang members are delinquents and they ruin the youth.
It was obvious that a crime occurred at John's residence, but there's no evidence indicating Annie's presence whatsoever. Moreover, John's phone records from that night don't place him even close to the area of Annie's death. This revelation leaves the investigators utterly bewildered and shocked, prompting them to reconsider their approach and conduct another interview with Joanna. In a twist beyond comprehension, Joanna breaks down under intense questioning and reveals her secret. It turns out that John hadn't been lying in interrogation. He actually didn't know Annie at all.
Gotta hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up.
However, John had betrayed Joanna by cutting her out of a deal. In a calculated act of vengeance, she meticulously gathered information on Annie's case from the news reports and constructed a story that pinned the blame on John. She confesses to orchestrating this elaborate plan to exact revenge and secure immunity for her crimes. It appeared John's alibi from the night of Annie's murder was actually another crime he was involved in. John and his ally ended up pleading guilty to kidnapping charges from that night. With the investigation into Annie's death derailed by a year because of the misleading information.
Imagine your alibi is, I didn't kidnap and kill this girl. I kidnapped another person that night. Like, wow. Wow.
The investigators are left with no choice but to retrace their steps and meticulously sift through their vast collection of past interrogations and searches they conducted before Joanna's pivotal call. Immersed in this intensive review, they stumble upon 3 tip calls that instantly pique their...
Shout out that boy Johnny with another $5 super chat. Guys, we are 2 $5 or more super chats away from unlocking the Sunday 6-hour stream, y'all.
Curiosity. The first tip was from someone who had been driving home the night Annie was killed and saw a male on a bike leaning over the south side barrier and looking into the river. He was leaning so far over someone calls that... Immersed in this intensive review, they stumble upon 3 tip calls that instantly pique their curiosity. The first tip was from someone who had been driving home the night Annie was killed and saw a male on a bike leaning over the south side barrier and looking into the river. He was leaning so far over that she thought he would fall in. Another tip came from someone else who had said that he saw at 2:30 p.m. that day by the Rotary Park, a young male was saying, "Won't get caught, won't get caught," waving his arms around. He was short, with dark hair almost to his ears, a full...
Chris, bro, it's Chris. Damn, I'm not gonna get to use the hype me up button. It was Chris, bro. Chris had me fooled. He had me fooled. He hit the red flag counter too. I should have never left Team Chris. I'm back on Team Chris, but I can't use the hype me up button because I flipped back off of him. I flipped back off of him. So now, but I'm Team Chris, bro. For the people who said it was Chris during the initial motherfucking interrogation, y'all was on his ass early and y'all was right.
Head of hair and was wearing a gray shirt and blue shorts. And then there had been a third tip from Christopher Bagshaw, Annie's boyfriend, because he had been receiving threats from LJ. All three tip calls pointed towards a teenager being involved in Annie's murder. Although this once again reaffirmed that LJ appeared to be a strong suspect.
Well, no, because from that witness call, that describes Chris. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. It's long enough. It's short, but it's long. It's to his ears.
The police still didn't have a physical description and had yet to find him. Determined to uncover crucial details, investigators focus on Annie's phone records to get evidence of her phone conversations and retrieve LJ's profile. The investigators' hunch proves correct when a disturbing pattern emerges.
It took y'all a year to look up her fucking phone records to try to figure out who LJ was. I'm sure they contacted each other on social media somehow. That's probably how they met with their age gap.
As they discover that Annie received multiple calls from a blocked number on the night of her murder. The individual behind this blocked number spoke with Annie until the fatal hour leading up to her death. It was believed that this mysterious caller could possibly be LJ. Drawing upon Chris and Spencer's testimonies regarding LJ's threats towards them, the investigators promptly contact the telephone department to establish a connection between LJ and the blocked number found in Annie's phone records. They request the extraction of call data from Chris and Spencer's phones to note if they ever received or answered calls from the same suspicious number. If the numbers match, it could provide crucial evidence to solidify their suspicions in the case. But when the data arrives, the brutal and disturbing details rattle the entire investigating team. It becomes evident that every person involved has been withholding crucial information and telling lies. The police now had to, once again, reach out to each individual they had interviewed 2 years ago. The detectives began their renewed round of interviews by arranging a meeting with Spencer Criddle. And
bro, these cops are dumb as fuck. Y'all could have been extracted this cell phone data.
Providing him with a search warrant report for his house. The report revealed the absence of any blood evidence within his house, despite his statement that he witnessed Annie's nosebleed while at home. Under intensified questioning, Spencer eventually admits that he never personally witnessed the incident, but believes it happened because Chris talked to him about it. The detectives then meet with Wilma Fern Bockley, Chris's grandmother, who becomes a key figure in the investigation. According to Chris and his family's account, he had supposedly spent the entire night of Annie's murder at his grandmother's home, starting from 7:45 p.m. However, the call records present a peculiar inconsistency that showed Wilma had called Chris multiple times, even well past midnight. However, she's uncooperative during the interrogation process and insists that Chris had returned to her house approximately 1 to 1.5 hours after leaving to meet his friend. She continues to parrot similar series of events that happened that night as Chris had told them. She recalls making only one phone call to him that night and has no recollection of any additional calls or the approximate timings. However, it would soon be uncovered that she was clearly withholding crucial information. Additionally, Darwin Leroy Bagshaw, Chris's father, had stated that he had seen his son dozing off on the couch at his mother's home around 11:30 p.m. However, the reliability of this claim is called into question by call records, which indicate that Chris had called his grandmother Wilma Bockley at 12:47 a.m. that night. Why would she call Chris if he was sleeping in her living room? It seemed Chris and his family were hiding something out of fear. Given that he'd been threatened in the past, police considered that perhaps LJ had threatened him again. As the investigators weighed on the details about the owner of the blocked number, they also asked the telephone departments to trace the precise locations of all the individuals involved. The resulting data from this search unveils a stunning revelation that turns the entire investigation on its head. As it turned out, Chris is the owner of the blocked number and had a different phone.
I knew we was about to figure that shit out. I knew that's who they was gonna say was calling blocked. I knew it.
To use it. But if this was the case, and Chris had made those calls, where is LJ? Had they planned this elaborate lie together? Chris was the only one who could answer their questions. Investigators find out that he moved to Colorado for his sophomore year, and
They knew he was guilty, so they moved him the fuck out of town. His parents and his grandma know he's guilty, so they shipped him out to another family member.
Leave for the state to interrogate him. Overwhelmed and apprehensive, Chris succumbs to the intense questioning and reveals shocking details that seem far too sinister for someone his age. Chris informs them that there is no LJ. As he narrates his tale of lies and deception, he confesses to the detectives that he discovered that Annie had created a fictional person named LJ to make him jealous. He had used the same name in Annie's story to divert their investigation. Spencer had been protecting him as a friend, unaware that Chris had committed the heinous crime that took Annie away forever. He had messaged Spencer saying, "The cops might come back to your house. I need you to tell them Annie got a bloody nose." Another said, "They took my shoes for my testing, and I need you to tell them that so I don't get blamed. I just want you to know I'm not telling you to lie to the cops. I just know you were kind of dozing off that night." Chris's admission of guilt put several missing pieces together. During their search, the police found that Chris's bike was similar to what the tip call witness had seen. Further investigation revealed that the other witness who had seen a teenager chanting over the bridge was the same day that Chris had actually skipped school. Police also found a note in the trash can of his home in which Chris had listed out a detailed timeline of Annie's disappearance and what she was wearing that night. There could only be one reason Chris would know of such details. He had been the one to kill her. Comments Chris posted on Facebook after Annie's death were viewed from a completely different perspective after the disturbing revelation. It turns out that the purpose of the posts wasn't to honor a beloved friend, but rather an effort to deflect any potential suspicion away from himself. The comments read as follows: "Everyone wear red tomorrow. It was her favorite color, and let's show how much we really care." And, "The world is filled with hate and no one understands the pain of losing someone they care about until it's too late and they're already gone. It's sad what had happened to Annie, and I don't know why anyone would do this to someone like her. She was awesome, and we all loved her very much. Even though we had times where we disliked each other, we always made up and reevaluated our friendship. She was the best." But what gave him away was Veronica, Annie's mother's phone call. On the night Annie went missing, she'd called to ask if he knew anything. Chris had answered the call minutes after he'd taken her daughter's life. The location on Chris's cell phone on that call put him next to Annie near that bridge. While Annie's family had endured 2 long years of suffering, Chris had moved on.
How the fuck did it take 2 years to solve this case, bro? These cops were dumb as fuck because they almost got fooled by this guy. The first thing you go to, especially dealing with kids, bro, is the phones. But criminals in general, the phones is what solves the case. If you sitting here just getting eyewitness testimony and everybody's lying, you're not going to get anything prevalent to the case. You needed to fucking investigate these phone records. It literally took them 2 years to get the phone files. And as soon as they got the phone records, they solved the fucking case, and bro breaks down and admits to it. Man, this family didn't have to suffer this long. Shout out Snoop and shout out Hate Love for the gifts, guys. Appreciate the love.
And continued his life in Colorado as though nothing had occurred. The police arrest him on charges of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. But why had he killed Annie? That sickening detail wouldn't be revealed until later. As Chris Bagshaw was 14 at the time of the crime, the state of Utah was likely to place him in a juvenile facility, allowing his...
Oh, no, bro need life in prison. That was a brutal death. Fuck that. 21? He gets out at 21? This girl's dead forever now. And he gets to have a whole life at 21. Basically like he went to boarding school for 7 years. Hell no.
Release at 21. Given that he was 17 at the time of his arrest, it would result in him serving a mere 3 years in prison for the heinous offense. While investigators diligently sought evidence to support trying Chris as an adult in court, a pivotal moment arose when they received a call from the Juvenile Detention Center. The caller, an inmate, steps forward to provide information about Chris Bagshaw, significantly bolstering the prosecution's case. This particular inmate had developed a friendship with Chris, who, in his overconfidence, revealed the chilling details of Annie's murder. Back in school, Chris had found out that Annie had been telling people she was pregnant with his baby, and he'd believed the claim, even though this wasn't true. She asked him to run away with her, so he suggested they meet by the bridge. Annie snuck out that night to meet him near the Jordan River. However, Chris had planned something terrible. He attacked Annie with a shovel, hitting her face until it was disfigured. Then he put the shovel on her forehead, jumped on it, and continued until Annie stopped moving. The investigators took this information to a state medical...
That is one of the most brutal murders that I've ever heard described. I feel so bad for Annie and her parents. Annie was probably scared and in so much pain, bro. Lock this kid the fuck up, bro. Give him the chair. Bro needs to get the death penalty. Like, I've never heard no shit like that. Ever. And we watch hella crimes.
Expert who checked Annie's autopsy report and corroborated the inmate's description of the injuries on Annie's face, especially the one to her forehead. Chris had killed Annie because he believed she was pregnant with his child. Darwin Christopher Bagshaw was eventually tried as an adult and pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison and will be eligible for parole.
You better not never get parole, bro. The fact that he's still eligible is fucked up. And what's even sadder, if he didn't bolster to his juvie friend about how it went down, if he didn't tell him, he would have got tried as a kid, bro. They were still going to just try him as a kid until they really understood how brutal this murder was.
In 2034. A recording captured a message from Spencer to his friends. Clearly said in jest, no one had any idea that Chris may have been scheming his own murderous plans at this very moment.
You know, I never wanted to do this, but sometimes you just got a point. Shoot.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yo, man. So back off.
You changing? What the crap? I'm just late.
That was a wild case, bro. My heart goes out to that family, bro. Next one is also an EWU story, crime story time. Teen kills boyfriend's mom after secretly hiding her in home. The fuck?
I just came to the mindset that it was okay that she died, that it's okay to kill people and stuff like that, but it really isn't.
Like everything was covered. It was on the fridge, it was on the stove, just so much blood.
When a 17-year-old and her 33-year-old boyfriend are arrested in Mexico after fleeing the United States, investigators are confronted with claims of two separate murders, a multi-state crime spree, and more than one chilling confession.
I wanted to be treated as a monster.
A retired detective with multiple law enforcement qualifications analyzed this case. On May 5, 2023, the Canton Police in Ohio receive a troubling report of a missing minor. A detective immediately reaches out to coordinate with the Sylvania Township Police Department.
Hey, I am investigating a possible kidnapping involving a Jonathan Jones. They were stopped in Arizona by the Border Patrol in a Nicole Jones vehicle. That's Jonathan's mom. Her son, Jonathan, was with a 17-year-old official missing, Caitlin Coons.
On April 18th, Caitlin had been reported missing after she ran away from her foster home. However, this wasn't the only reason authorities were currently looking for her.
Now, the 17-year-old girl that is with Jonathan, who has a nationwide pickup, texted and said that they murdered Jonathan's mother, somebody else, and set a house on fire.
Following this alarming claim, officers from Sylvania Township head to 53-year-old Nicole Jones's home, where her son, 33-year-old Jonathan, also lives. There, they quickly realize that they aren't the only agency searching for Jonathan and Caitlin.
You guys are marshals? Yeah. Okay. Are you working with the detective? Is Canton?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like a fugitive investigation, but then I guess
the one lady said that she killed her in arson.
The U.S. Marshals had actually begun their search for Jonathan the day before for an entirely different reason. On May 4th, he missed his scheduled sentencing for crimes involving Caitlin from a year prior in 2022. However, investigators now suspect there's far more to Jonathan's disappearance than simply fleeing his sentencing.
This information is third hand, but we know her car is, and because we know the Border Patrol stopped that car down this Arizona.
It's now in Mexico?
We don't know. They're trying to find it right now. They got an airplane up and they're trying to locate it and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it was.
But this is pretty concerning.
Inside the home, there's no sign of Nicole. There's also no obvious indication of foul play or arson, leaving it unclear whether Caitlin's claims are true or not. It wouldn't be long before that uncertainty gave way to a far more disturbing reality.
Well, it's the point of, okay, if she's not in there, it's like they could have taken her somewhere else, so we have no idea what's going on.
3 days later, on May 8th, Mexican authorities report that Jonathan and Caitlin have been found in Chihuahua driving Nicole's vehicle, but there's still no trace of her. They're handed over to the FBI and brought in to speak in El Paso, Texas. Here, investigators uncover a story far darker than they anticipated. First to speak is 17-year-old Caitlin Coons, who tells them everything has been completely blown out of proportion.
There's nothing like deep, like, oh, I went on a killing spree. No, it's not what happened. Okay. And I came to Mexico because I was looking for a new beginning.
Despite Caitlin's words, she's sitting in a closed-off position, arms hugging her body to comfort herself.
And then out of nowhere, they started posting stuff. And that's when the Mexican police were also like, why is it showing all this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, they just now started putting things up like that.
Who started posting stuff?
Apparently, they're saying the U.S. Marshals want me. They said that the National Center of America wants to talk to me. I talked to my local police, and they said that they were going to be taking me out for missing because I wasn't even supposed to be put in as missing.
Were you missing at one point?
I was, last year.
There's far more to the story of Caitlin's disappearance last year, including her troubling history, which comes up in Jonathan's interview. Jonathan, a former member of the U.S. military who is currently unemployed, spoke with the FBI on May 11th, 2 days after Caitlin's interview.
I knew a little bit about her past. She's been a runaway since 13.
Is Jonathan her boyfriend?
Or 12 or 13. I know she used to prostitute herself out and stuff like that and do whatever she had to do to survive.
Investigators also learned that 4 months earlier, Caitlin suffered a traumatic brain injury from a serious car accident while high on fentanyl. While her past may give some insight, for now, Caitlin describes that during her arrest, the Mexican authorities were concerned about the age difference between her and Jonathan.
he was like, well, the 2 ages are really bad, da, da, da. And I was like, actually, I know it's actually legal in Mexico. The only time someone can be with someone above the age of 18 is if they're doing something, then the person has to be 18 for someone to be dating somebody above 18. And I was like, I know that, and we haven't been doing anything. I just came here with him, and he happens to be my boyfriend.
Jonathan also discusses the nature of his relationship with Caitlin.
Would it be safe to say that you guys were in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
How long have you and Jonathan been dating?
We started dating like a couple months ago.
In October 2022, Caitlin ran away from a treatment center for an eating disorder and was reported missing.
And I ended up running into him, and so that happened. I gave him my phone number, and that was it.
How do you and Caitlin know each other?
We met through a dating website.
You were on what website?
Mingle too.
Caitlin later claimed Jonathan stood outside the treatment center with handwritten signs asking her to leave. He was 32 at the time. She was 16.
Well, we were together for like 2.5 weeks. I got arrested. Well, we both got picked up in Wood County for walking to a gas station at 5 o'clock in the morning to get something to drink.
Jonathan's account of his first arrest in 2022 leaves out some of the more troubling parts of the story. According to court documents, around 4 a.m. on October 24th, Jonathan and Caitlin were stopped by police as they were walking along a roadway near a truck stop in Lake Township. Caitlin was soon identified as a runaway. Jonathan admitted to picking her up but said she told him she was 19. Police found photos of Caitlin on his phone, as well as a video of them. Not only that, but Jonathan also admitted to sharing the video. As unsettling as this is, it only marked the beginning of an alarming series of crimes.
And then they took me to Wood County Justice Center.
Okay.
And I spent there almost 5 months there.
On March 10th, he entered a guilty plea to 1 count of endangering children and 1 count of attempt to commit pandering obscenity involving a minor. The other counts were dismissed. Jonathan was released on a personal recognizance bond with an ankle monitor while awaiting sentencing. Though he was ordered to have no contact with Caitlin, they started talking again over Facebook.
We chatted for a couple of days, and the next thing you know, she showed up at my door.
In April?
End of April. Yeah, end of April.
Okay, end of April.
Caitlin.
Remember they talked about her fentanyl overdose? I'm pretty sure bro was the one supplying this girl drugs.
Had arrived at Jonathan's mom's house only 3 weeks before these interviews with the FBI.
He was living with his mom to help around.
Living with his mom to help around?
Yeah, his mom is like a cool type of mom. Like, she likes to play card games, go on walks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we were trying to, take her to Mexico, she didn't want to come because she was talking about her Superman boyfriend. And I was like, she said that she was apparently dating Superman. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to stop you there. I think she's honestly getting to that age.
So she was gonna go to Mexico with you guys?
What?
She was gonna go with you guys?
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
She said that she was talking to her, Superman boyfriend and stuff, and that she had things to do, and I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, she's about to come to that age.
Despite Caitlin's claims, Jonathan says his mom wasn't even home.
She went out, like, I'm guessing on a bender.
So they stories don't even match up. Yeah, this couple guilty as fuck.
Because she went out a couple of days before Caitlin showed up, and she never came home. So she does that sometimes.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your mom for a minute. Like, so some of your family members, I think it's probably the same concerns you have. I think it was your brother filed, maybe your brother or maybe your grandfather filed a missing person report on her.
Okay.
Because nobody's seen or heard from her.
Right.
Like, did she have like a fight with somebody or?
No, I mean, well, her and I got in a disagreement because she found out I was talking to Caitlin, and she did not want me talking to Caitlin. I told her that I wanted to get back, be like back together with Caitlin, like where we could see each other, date, and whatever. And she just was not happy about that at all. She was like, no, as long as you're living under my roof, not happening, blah, 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 blah.
Are we almost done with questioning?
It's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like we talked about what happened in Mexico. I feel like I want to know where everything there is to need to know about if there was to be something, and I am ready to get back to America. So.
I got that, and obviously I can tell that you're getting like a little bit upset,
I am, because I'm not Like, I'm literally in whatever this is, there's jail cells by there, I'm sitting on this metal thing, I could literally, you know, be out and about. So, I'm ready to leave.
She lying. She lying her ass off. I think she killed. So bro already caught charges for messing with this girl the year before. I think when he tried to bring her back over to his house, because remember, bro's 33 living with his mom. His mom probably wasn't fucking with her no more. Like, bro, you already caught charges for this shit. So then they came up with the plan to kill his mom and move to Mexico. That's what I'm thinking right now.
That's all. Okay.
Okay. So we do have some more questions. Tell me about this Facebook message that you sent.
Caitlin recently sent concerning messages to 2 people, including her ex-boyfriend
What up, Ann? Welcome to the chat.
Michael, who she discussed earlier.
And he's trying to tell me that, you know, I'm wanted and that I'm about to be going to jail, so.
Why would he say that?
What?
Everything that, but like the U.S. Marshals or something?
Yeah. Because I used to be with him when I was younger, and because of the cops finding out and everything, he's trying to get at me as best as he can right now. So he's trying to like help the police and stuff, and I'm like, you know, there's nothing to help out with. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Caitlin tells detectives that she dated Michael when she was 14 and claims
Why is he so pissed off?
Because, like I said, the authorities are on his side right now, because back when I was 14, when the FBI got involved back then, because they thought the same thing, that I was, you know, trafficked, even though I wasn't, it's when I ran away to go be with him, and I did stuff back then. That's the reason why I know not to do it right now, because I'm not 18 yet. But I did it with him, and so the police got involved and stuff, so ever since, you know, they put him on probation and stuff and told them that they were going to be keeping a close eye on him, every time that, you know, something's up with me, you know, he would be the one to be like, oh, I know everything, I know where she could be at.
Strangely, Caitlin's Facebook account shows a post on May 7th, just 2 days before this interview, where she claimed to be at a Dave & Buster's in Ohio with Michael. Investigators went to the restaurant and determined that Caitlin hadn't been there, and in fact had been in Mexico at the time of the post. He
was trying to throw off the police or even her friends or family from knowing where they were at. Yeah, this is a crazy case, for real, for real. I feel bad for the mom, bro.
He had, however, been in contact with Michael. After receiving disturbing messages from Caitlin over Facebook, Michael and a second person reached out to a detective in Canton. In these messages, Caitlin claimed she and Jonathan had killed 2 people, committed 2 cases of arson, and were on the run in Mexico. She even asked Michael to send her money through Nicole's PayPal account. Describing Nicole's fate, Caitlin wrote that she lies in Sylvania, Ohio, and that her next plan was to join the cartel, asking Michael for his help with that as well.
So it says you killed 2 people.
Okay, but...
Bro, this girl slow as fuck. I don't think that sentence has ever been said. I'm gonna move to Mexico and join the cartel.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Like, you understand he has access to be able to hack it.
So let me finish.
Okay.
Right? It says you killed 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find Nikki. We don't know where she's at.
I didn't know she was missing.
And you guys have her car.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had all of her credit cards.
I didn't know that he had her credit cards.
During their arrest, Mexican authorities found Nicole's wallet, social security card, credit cards, ID, and health insurance in the vehicle.
I didn't know she went missing. I misrelated missing. I used to think that, you know, we killed her, but I didn't know that she went missing.
Not only that, but a female, and like a white American female who don't speak Spanish, and her boyfriend is a white fiend dude that's like twice her age. I don't think the cartel letting that in, bro. They probably got like strict recruiting standards. You feel me?
So who killed her?
Caitlin, we don't know.
No, but I want to know who killed her because she was a nice mom.
Okay, so I'm saying we know hasn't been seen for a while, and this says we killed 2 people. We don't know that she's dead.
Okay, but you're putting that on me when I thought that she was doing perfectly fine and everything, and I told you I didn't send those messages.
Despite Caitlin's assertion, investigators soon learned Jonathan had already been making disturbing admissions long before his arrest. In fact, he admits that he took some of his mother's things and pawned them while driving to Mexico with Caitlin.
So that individual that you pawned it to, we had a conversation with.
Okay.
And he kind of remembered a reason why you were pawning it. Do you remember the reason you gave to him?
I told him my mom passed away, just didn't want to have it around.
In Tempe, Arizona, Jonathan pawned women's jewelry, and in El Paso, Texas, he sold a pistol and empty pistol magazine for $80 before entering Mexico.
So is your mom deceased?
No.
How do you know that?
Oh, I don't think she is. Last I know she wasn't.
When's the last you knew her to be alive?
A couple of days.
Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 12,000 subscribers, so help us out with that. Thank you in advance.
Before Caitlin shot her.
However, he claims that tensions between his mom and Caitlin had been brewing for a long time.
I do know that both mom and Caitlin have said about each other that if one or the other interfered with something, that they would go to the extreme about. Like my mom saying, "Oh, let her be crazy. She tries something, I'll shoot her." Blah 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 blah. And I know Caitlin has said on numerous occasions, like, if your mom tries to stop us from being together, then I will take action in my own hand.
So when we talk to him and he's gonna try to point the finger at you, we're trying to help you. There's a difference between being 17 and being 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I get that, but I just don't know.
I think you do know.
Well, it's a matter of fact of, do put it all on him, even though it's not all on him, or go to jail.
While investigators may have suspected Caitlin's involvement in Nicole's disappearance, they are likely unprepared for what she says next.
It was on me.
How's that?
I told him that I gave him 5 hours. I ran away from an independent living house, and I told him he had 5 hours, to kill her, and he told me that he couldn't do it because I was his mom.
Caitlin said that some things may have happened in the house when you guys left. So to be more specific, Caitlin placed a lot of blame on you.
I was trying to cover for Caitlin by telling you I didn't know about my mom.
Jonathan explains that his mom had no idea Caitlin had arrived at her house, and in fact, she didn't know she was inside the home, hiding in his room. Jonathan claims the couple was discussing their future together.
She said I had like 5 hours or something like that to figure out what we're going to do to be together.
And so he wouldn't do it, so I strangled her out, and I took a rock and banged her head a whole bunch of times.
The brutality of the attack is only
God damn, bro, this girl crazy as fuck.
Outdone by the chilling way both Caitlin and Jonathan discuss the details. Jonathan says he was smoking outside when he heard a noise in the kitchen.
I hear something, I don't know exactly what it was, but definitely sounded like a voice struck.
Bro, how pussy whip you gotta be? That's how I know Jonathan helped plan this shit. This wasn't random. Cause how pussy whip you gotta be? Somebody beats and strangles your mother brutally to death, and then you're like, fuck it, we gotta get out of here, let's go to Mexico. Like, you what?
The voice struggling? Yeah, like somebody getting hit or something. Through the door and everything, it sounded like, oh! When I went in, I'm not going to forget the scene because there was a lot of blood. She was in the kitchen and there was just blood everywhere. I don't know exactly what else she did. I confronted her about it and she's like, I had to do it so we could be together.
While this confession hints at the motive behind the attack, it isn't the full story.
And then I told him about it and he was shocked. So then I let him give him a moment. He threw up and then we went to go get cleaning supplies that I cashed out.
And then you see like where she's bleeding from or anything?
I couldn't tell because it was everywhere there was blood. Everywhere. Like everything was coated. It was on the fridge, it was on the stove, it was like near the sink. Didn't get into the sink, go figure. The one easy place to clean didn't go. Just so.
Bro, not even distraught about his mother being dead. He's sitting here complaining about how much they had to clean.
Much blood.
Was your mom breathing?
No, I definitely went and checked for a pulse. At this point, I didn't know what to think or anything. I think I was in shock. I'm not happy about what happened, that's for sure, but like, not really, because I don't know how to explain the feeling because like, I was pissed, that's for sure, because I did not want that to happen to my mom. Like 100% did not. But I was happy that her and I could be together without interference. After that, we both hopped in the shower so she could get the blood off.
Following this, footage from Lowe's captures the couple calmly purchasing a tarp and cleaning supplies, including bleach, a mop, and garbage bags.
They're making jokes and laughing and shit. That's crazy. He looked like her damn father, bro.
She didn't seem phased at all. Like she almost seemed like she was just continuing like business as usual.
How did you feel after you killed his mom?
I got very high and I was tripping really badly. I was like, oh, that really just happened. Like, I really just killed your mom. And he was like, yeah, you did. And he started crying. And then I was like, I'm sorry. And then, you know, I had to toughen it up because then that was when I went to go hide the body.
Caitlin claims she was the only one to clean up the scene. However, Jonathan contradicts her, a detail that would become critically important later.
Like, I know we used towels to clean up like where we were going to lay the tarp because we didn't want to get blood.
It seemed like she trying to protect him still. And he over here like telling a closer version of the truth, like something that's closer to the truth than what she is, even though they're telling on themselves.
On everything. But Caitlin ended up putting those in a trash bag because it was also the night garbage came the next day, so we put those in the trash can for the garbage crew to pick up. But you know, after we cleaned off an area for the tarp, we got her onto the body onto the tarp, and we rolled it up and put it into the back of the car.
Eerily, one of the initial investigators predicted this very thing.
Hey, mom's probably in the trunk.
And what?
I said, that dude's mom's probably in the trunk.
Oh, who knows?
We did head out there to get something to eat because I needed to get out of the house and try to process everything, so we went up there for food again.
So you had to walk there?
Yeah. No, we drove up there with
your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
After going to a restaurant with his mother's corpse in the back of her vehicle, they disposed of her body in a dumpster outside of an apartment building. Once again, Caitlin insists she acted alone. This story, however, would soon change. With Nicole's body gone, the couple decided to go on the run, first cutting off Jonathan's ankle monitor and then traveling through multiple states on their way to Mexico. Their crime spree, however, had only just begun.
Finally said, she's like, man, that really did feel like a dream with everything that happened, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, except for I can not get the image out of my head. She's like, I can't either. She's like, hopefully we could do more things like that. And I'm like, not trying to get in trouble. I don't want to ruin us being together because she's literally all I had at that point.
Did anything significant happen in Tempe?
Just, we started running low on money, so she tried to sell or get people to buy like a meetup time with her or whatever.
Was there anything that was maybe firearm related that happened?
Yes. Caitlin wanted to shoot somebody.
In her Facebook messages, Caitlin had stated she killed 2 people, but until now, only Nicole had been reported missing.
I also killed another person in Arizona in a drive-by. I don't know who it was. Also committed 2 arsons in Arizona in the middle of nowhere. Don't know what that was either.
Okay, let's start with the drive-by. What happened?
I, loaded the gun and stuff and shot the person, and I left real fast, and then after that I washed off the residue of the gunpowder. I was like, well, I killed someone, so I might as well kill another.
It's believed that Caitlin used the same gun Jonathan would later pawn. Police
That's crazy, bro. This girl is crazy as fuck. She need to be in jail forever, dog. Put her under the jail.
in Tempe, Arizona reported that a drive-by shooting occurred on May 1st. Based on location data showing Caitlin and Jonathan's whereabouts, they believe Caitlin was responsible. Though she was sure she had killed someone, the victim survived. Despite this, he stated he thought it was a case of mistaken identity and did not want to cooperate in the investigation or prosecution.
And so tell us about the arsons. What do you mean by that?
Arson as I lit a flammable spray or whatever. I lit it up with a torch and threw it out the window, and it blew up in the grass. And then I also took a pair of my socks and I drenched them in the stuff, and I threw it out.
What made you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, and that's okay.
Despite her confession, investigators found no
Bro, this is the spawn of Satan.
reported damage linked to her arson attempts.
You're sitting here right now. What's your mental feeling right now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know where my head's at. It's 1 second it's here, 1 second it's there. I'm thinking of Caitlin, thinking of how my life's over. I want a cigarette.
As unsettling as Caitlin and Jonathan's chilling confessions have been, they are only the first layer of the story, and more unsettling revelations lie ahead.
Stand up and then make
On May 13th, Caitlin was transported from the El Paso County, Texas jail to Columbus, Ohio. She was then booked into Stark County Detention Center. Jonathan was also transported back to Ohio. What happened next would change everything. A detective in Canton received a letter from Caitlin reading, "I want to answer the questions you all have. I don't remember my statements due to intoxication. And what I've heard I said at the time in Mexico/Texas is false." Following this shocking claim, a proffer meeting was held in April 2024, where Caitlin would flip the entire case on its head.
Any questions before we start?
I'm just anxious. I'm just anxious. That's
Okay.
all.
And that's a
I
very,
cried before you came in here.
that's a perfectly normal reaction. You get to be normal the rest of your life, okay?
Caitlin's new statement begins by painting a very different picture of her relationship with Jonathan.
I would, I don't know what to say about that type of relationship.
Yo, what up, Queen? Welcome in, welcome in. Looks like she gonna try to play the victim now. I think she was telling us the truth for the most part in her first series of interviews. Now that she's been sitting in jail and this shit's starting to turn into her reality, she gonna say Jonathan did this shit and that he forced her to do anything else.
would say like at first like it was just a friend, then boyfriend, but then like just a manipulator. Like he just abused me and stuff like that. So I don't know what you would call that.
Okay. In what way did he abuse you or manipulate you?
He hit me multiple times and stuff like that.
Along with adjusting her claims about her relationship with Jonathan, Caitlin has a new confession about Nicole's death, one that doesn't just challenge her earlier version, but contradicts it entirely. She starts by saying she was asleep in Jonathan's room.
That's when I hear, babe, babe, babe. And I'm like I don't even know if I should get up. It's like that gut feel, like you just know something went wrong. So I like...
Bro, that was the wildest fucking mattress I've ever seen, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck is that, bro? Y'all just in here pissing on the mattress? Like
like, I don't even know if I should get up. It's like that gut feel, like you just know something went wrong. So I like slowly like get up and I like walk out of the room, and then I walk this way. I'm like looking everywhere. Then I walk in and I look this way, and there she is on the ground.
Caitlin began her story using past tense, but has switched to present. She should be saying I walked, I looked, but her choice of present tense indicates that she is making up the story as she tells it.
There's a rock by him.
Who's she?
You said who's she? Nicole.
Yeah. Nicole, his mother, okay. Go ahead.
There she is on the ground. He has his hands on her neck, and he's asking me to help him. He's like, babe, can you please help me? And I'm like, no. And then that's when I went to the couch and I lay down, and then he, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I literally kept saying, this can't be happening, this can't be happening. And then next thing I know, he picks up the rock.
Welcome to the chat, Christine.
Is banging her head more, and I'm like, no, this can't be happening, this can't be happening.
Yet in Jonathan's interview, he made a very different claim about his involvement.
Did you, in any way, shape, or form, have anything to do with the actual killing of your mother?
No, just the disposal of the body.
In her first interview, Caitlin made a similar assertion.
The only part he helped in any of what happened is driving to Mexico, because he said that, to be able to get in Mexico, it needs to be an adult driving. Besides that, though, he didn't help with anything else.
How I saw the situation with me and Jonathan was, I really just thought that he was somebody I love. Like, I really thought that, Harley Quinn or like, Bonnie and Clyde type stuff or whatever. Like, I really thought that, like, like I was just his, like, partner in crime, but I wasn't doing the crime. Like, I was just there for him, like, because I loved him or whatever, and I didn't want to leave him, but I was also scared to leave him.
Then why?
That's weird. She was looking right into the fucking camera. She lying her ass off right now.
Why would you say, okay, let me ask you this. Why, who's Michael?
He's my trafficker.
He's your trafficker, okay? So he lives in the Canton area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you exchange some text messages with Michael telling him that you guys had killed Jonathan's mother?
You gotta remember something. Yes, I did say that.
You did? Okay. And what were you trying to do? What were you trying to accomplish by telling?
I was trying to get home with someone. I was trying to let them know.
Despite this claim, a video was found on Caitlin's phone showing her laughing and smiling while in Nicole's car following the murder. The video also shows a firearm in her purse. In fact, in her messages to Michael, her ex-boyfriend, Caitlin wrote, "My boyfriend helped kill in the first." When Michael sent her a picture of her and Jonathan, she replied, "It's him and me. We killed her."
You're trying to tell us that you're the victim in all this.
No, I'm not trying to be the victim. I'm trying to
He was trying to brag to her ex, like, I got a new man and we killing people together. She dumb as fuck, bro.
how she died. I'm trying to tell you what I did for you not listening.
Okay, we know how she died.
No, I'm trying to give her the full justice she needs. I understand I'm guilty. I understand I'm guilty for running. I'm guilty for taking the fall for him. And I think what really happened at the end of the day is that I just came to the mindset that it was okay that she died, that it's okay to kill people and stuff like that, whatever the case is.
Throughout this interview, Caitlin has been overreacting to each line of questioning. If her emotions were authentic, she likely would have reacted this way in her first interview as well.
Have you had any conversations with Jonathan since you both were put in jail?
Yeah, he'd been sending me letters or whatever.
Nicole's father was picking up mail from her home when he found a letter Caitlin had written to Jonathan from the Lucas County Juvenile Justice Center. He handed it over to police. Inside, she wrote, "It wasn't me, save me, find me," on one side, and "Don't forget me, please," on the other.
He kept telling me just to keep him in it, keep taking off of him being the mastermind and me being the mastermind, and that I'm only gonna get 10 years and it's gonna be okay. And like, he loves me and misses me. He can't wait to choke me and teach me right and all this other stuff. And And he said he would kill a whole town for me, and it's just terrible. It's terrible. I talked to him on the phone.
Yet Jonathan isn't the only person Caitlin has been in contact with behind bars.
He's the only person I have.
Really, what about Mr. up in Monroe, Michigan?
Who?
Mr. I forget what it is, there's two of them. I can't remember.
Couple guys.
But according to that, you love him.
Who?
You've been talking with him from the jail. We got you're on audio telling him how much you love him and you want to do this, that, and the other to him. Very graphic.
Who? Oh, who? Are you talking about, I don't know who you're talking about.
Does Jonathan know about him?
No, Jonathan knows that my family has support or whatever, but he don't know about anybody else.
What would he say?
You see how her tears go like super extreme to all the way off, like just talking normal? She guilty as fuck. I think she was the one that killed the mom. I think the first story they told was as close to the truth as we're gonna get.
If he heard those calls, what would he say about that situation?
That I have a history of cheating.
I have a pretty good understanding of Caitlin, and I don't know how much you know about her past, but she's a very well thought out and planned manipulator.
I can definitely see that.
If I were to look at both of your life histories and somebody were to say to me, which one do you think is a sociopath or a narcissist or whatever? It's not going to be Jonathan, okay? And I'm sorry that these things have made you this way.
I'm not right there.
But it's, we can't allow you to keep manipulating, okay? And that's been,
I'm not manipulating, he's the one that did it. You're not listening. I'm trying to tell you for her sake, I did to provide, but I'm not the one that killed her. And I need to call and know that, please.
She started talking to other females in jail and they was like, you stupid, you should have blamed it on him. Like this some bird law ass shit right here. One of her roommates in jail told her, nah, don't take the blame for this.
If her body was small, you would see his fingerprints on her and everything, but no.
Because Nicole's body had been placed in a dumpster, the contents had been transported to a landfill. Due to several factors such as health and safety risks to search personnel and the likelihood of finding Nicole's remains, it was decided that a search of the landfill would not be undertaken. Her remains were never recovered, but the truth behind what led to her murder is finally about to come to light.
I was scared of him too. Please don't let him get away with it.
Once again, Caitlin's own words came back to haunt her.
Just want to make sure that you're not taking 100% of the blame for something that
Well, that's the thing. I'm taking 100% of the blame because it is the truth. I was the one that killed his mom. I was the one that did the suicide or whatever. I was just, after killing her, I was like, you know, everybody else because they're always against me.
After multiple confessions and conflicting stories, investigators are left to determine where exactly the truth lies. Yet despite their many contradictions in both of their earlier interviews, Caitlin and Jonathan agree on one crucial point: what led to Nicole's murder.
And, you know, she was just like always all over her son. Like always handsy with him and stuff like that and being really flirt-like, if that makes sense.
Like inappropriate?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so not like an only son and mom relationship.
A very inappropriate relationship.
She doesn't want me to be happy, like over protective mom or whatever. And thinking about it, I think she had like a weird crush on me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how all that worked out because I know from like a lot of people have said, including her mother, my grandma, before she went to this memory care unit, even said that how my mom like acts with me is just not normal.
you think she deserved to act that? Yeah, I do. And I mean, it's not like she was about to die. We're just gonna go on.
To endangering children and attempt to commit pandering in 2010. The consequences of their actions. For Jonathan's first case in 2022, along with having pled guilty to endangering children and attempt to commit pandering obscenity involving a minor, he was also charged with vandalism and failure to appear after cutting off his ankle monitor and fleeing to Mexico. He was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. For the murder of his mother, Nicole Jones, Jonathan was charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder, felonious assault, aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. When told he would be arrested, he had one thing on his mind.
Is there a way I can see Caitlin? Probably not.
Probably not.
Jonathan entered a no-contest plea for abuse of a corpse and aggravated murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life to be served consecutively with his other sentence, with the possibility of parole.
Like, I wanted to be, like, painted as this monster.
Caitlin Coons was charged with aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, felonious assault, and murder.
All right, they're gonna run you back, okay? Have a good cry?
No. I feel like my whole life is fine.
She initially pled not guilty before withdrawing and pleading no contest to aggravated murder and abuse of a corpse. Caitlin was sentenced to life in prison with the eligibility of parole after 25 years.
Glad her rebuttal of her, I'm glad that all her original testimony held up, because both of them needed to do life in prison. Nobody should have got a light sentence or the ability to get out. So we get a DJ horn with that one, bro. Shout out the police for doing work and making sure they were going to convict both of these crazy people. But that was going to be it for today's show, man. Shout out to everybody who donated, helped sponsor today's stream. I appreciate and I love each and every one of you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. And for that, I appreciate y'all. Peace and love. Cue the outro.
In the art of punches, when you could throw 2 punches that sound like one, you could throw punches. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. You do 2 punches that sound like one.